Fun.
Optimistic.
Lit. Caring.
Driven.
Passionate.
Interdisciplinary.
I think it was in about 4th or 5th grade when The Inconvenient Truth, the documentary made by Al Gore, first hit theaters, and I just remember seeing polar bears on the screen, which I think is everyone's first introduction to environmental science and climate change. And I think I just kind of promised myself at a very young age that I would work hard to try to understand it and fight it.
There's such a unified cause, and I don't know if you get that with every other major. I'm a government major, but with environmental studies there is such a clear direction of what everyone wants to do. We are all fighting climate change. We all have this unified cause that we're working towards. So there's an urgency as well as a solidarity.
I think it's very important that everyone is educated at least a little bit in environmental studies. I think that no matter what you choose, it's a really important major to have because there's going to be so much opportunity for employment and just for expanding your knowledge in the future. If you choose environmental science as a major, it's just a really important track.
So Colby is one of the top environmental studies programs in the country, and we have such amazing facilities, especially because we don't have graduate students. All the undergrads do all of the research and everything. So we have a satellite lab with Bigelow Labs. We send students there every semester. So if you're interested in the science side of it, there are lots of opportunities to go do your own research and do your own lab work. So that's for ES students and biology students both. We've been going to Acadia and we've been doing lab studies in the mountains there. We've gone to bogs and lakes and ponds and streams, and we've been testing the water samples and doing actual lab work, which is so unusual because it's an intro level lab, and I think that that's such a unique thing that I get that experience.
On Tuesdays we would tour different type of food markets. So initially it was the Portland Fisheries, then later it was the Kennebec Goat Cheesery, it was a granary later on, and then Wednesdays we met with a dietitian who talked about that food group, and then Fridays we'd meet with the Sodexo chef and he'd show us how to cook with that food group. So I've really been able to explore so many different paths for food sustainability or just sustainability in general, and I really, really appreciate that.
I think one of the real highlights for me working with the ES program now for about a year and a half has been mentoring students with research projects. And I've gotten to work on several different projects with students, ranging from looking for pharmaceutical compounds in local lakes to thinking about how climate change is changing how much ice we see on lakes and what happens with earlier ice out dates, to thinking about scallop population dynamics and managing a small-scale fishery closure and seeing what the effect of that is. So it's been a lot of fun and very, very broad research experience with students.
We have a great, definitely a great faculty and staff. All of our professors are really great and they're so helpful. They're just always there. They're such a great resource for Colby students to have.
If you want to concentrate on one specific thing, you're totally allowed to, and you can go up to a professor and talk about it, and they'll help you and support you.
They're here, they're helping students out, and they're doing the research because they care about it and because they really want to be doing it. And so you can see that with the way they teach their classes. Office hours, they're very helpful, and they definitely care about the students, and it rubs off and it shows. And it makes you want to, and the students want to go out and care about it too and become the same sort of stewards that they are.
The Colby Environmental Science Department does a good job of having revolutionary approaches to environmental science. I think it does a good job of immersing students in real-world situations and coming up with new solutions to old problems.
Well, I think the ES department is headed for great things in the future, no matter what. There's a wonderful group of students. There's a tremendous amount of investment in the program. Both kind of as it's strictly defined and kind of broadly bringing in folks from biology and geosciences and other departments as well. And with the big award from the Mellon Foundation to bring in environmental humanities. So I think the ES program is headed for great things.
We are given the opportunity to try and change the world just in, one of our academic assignments. Obviously, it's not going to change the world overnight, but these ideas that we're forming in our classes at Colby could, lead us in the professional world to go on and to make an even larger difference than just here.
Major in environmental studies.
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 Major in environmental studies.